why do I choose to invest in this versus a standard Rolex? And it's because the Rolex tells time and this tells my story. You can go buy a yacht. You can buy these things with money. You can't just buy this. You got to sit here and earn it. Like every grueling hour. You can have all the money in the world, but if you're not willing to sit for 250 hours, you don't get this. And you're either going to do it or you're not. And I'm going to do it. I saw Daniel's work in 2016, and it was like, it was a signature that it was just unlike anything I'd ever seen. I'd never seen anybody create a light source with negative. Like I saw that front panel he did with, you know, the Pope on the front and the cathedral ceiling and the light coming through. I just never had seen anything of that scale. And I couldn't find anybody at that time that was working with stencils of that size. People wanted a piecemeal, but nobody was interested in composition like that. And so when I found Daniel, I saw that work. I knew at that point, it was like, this is where I'm gonna at least start my front panel. And once I started that, it's kind of like anything else in life. It's like a signature, like I said earlier, where I wanted continuity throughout. I wanted the same composition. I wanted continuity. I started getting people who were asking me, like, who designed that tattoo? Why are all the elements and why are all the themes so similar? How did you get it to blend all seamlessly like that? And it wasn't me, it was Daniel. And so when I figured, like, we're gonna start doing the sides, let's start doing the back panel, I knew that we could effectively create an entire torso that was just one large piece of art, right? And then what's kept me coming back over the years, man, is like, I go on vacations, I go on trips, and people will pull me aside of all ages, young, old, everything in between, and they're just mesmerized by the art. And they don't even look at it as a tattoo. They'll make comments like, how did somebody take a Renaissance painting and bring it to life on skin? You know, so when I'm faced with, I can go to a tattoo parlor and get a piece of flash off the wall, you know, or maybe just an average ordinary tattoo that no one's gonna take a second look at, or I can come to 7 and see Daniel, and people are gonna think I've got like an 18th century Renaissance painting on my skin. Why would I want any other experience than what I've had here? What's up, dog? Good, man. We made it.
Yeah, you did.
By the skin of our teeth, we made it.
Currently, I have you set up to where you can face Tanya and Tyler, but if you want to flip around, we can start either side.
It's up to you, whatever you feel like you want to work on.
Okay.
Dude.
That key is the key.
Oh, you have that fucking key. Fucking pretty shit.
This is 8 years old now.
That's stupid. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
But looks fucking dope, man.
It's lasted.
I can't believe that's 8 years healed. 100%.
We've got 30 sessions. Probably Daniel works long hours. For anybody who's come here, you know he works long hours. So I'd say cumulatively we've got 225, 250 hours, give or take.
What are you guys hitting first?
That's up to him.
What do you want to hit first?
It's up to him. Probably the dove. Yeah, as long as we stay like from here down, I think it'll still tuck in a shirt, right?
Maybe.
They say we can keep it like right there.
Okay.
This is like comfortable. It's the most comfortable I've ever been. I haven't got my shoes off and the whole deal. Usually it's laying on my side with my waist twisted. I just don't even know how he does it.
You talking about yourself? How you sit through it?
No, how you make it look like that. I was like, oh, it's gonna look cool.
Yeah, it looks cool.
But it's way more than cool. If I died, I'd donate my skins to Daniel. It's not on Louis Vuitton leather, dude. I'll haunt you in your in the shop. Yeah, if Daniel didn't turn the front panel into like his crossbody, I'd be really upset.
You trying to do an interview or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe when he's smoking the cigar, that's probably...
Yes!
That would be better.
It's coming. It's coming.
How do you feel now that your whole torso's done?
I feel accomplished. You know, I set out to get a singular tattoo, and 8 years later, we got a full torso. I feel accomplished. It's taken a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of sacrifice. We started with somewhat of a religious themed front panel, and I wanted the Jesus to be the main focus of it because when I had read, I'm not religious per se, I'm more spiritual than anything else, but when I had read the Bible, I was really intrigued by Jesus because he had rejected all the things of the world. He'd been given opportunities to eat with the wealthy Pharisees, and you know, in place of doing that, in lieu of doing that, he would go and spend his time with prostitutes and lepers and tax collectors. So that's something I always admired. And then we threw the 10 Commandments on there. We threw Moses, the clouds. If you read the Old Testament, God only appears in the form of a cloud. He appears to Moses face to face, but outside of that, it's always represented as a cloud. And so the clouds represent that. Baby angels are something that have always represented, I feel like, me and the people in my life. The back panel is a whole nother story. This image right here is from the Trevi Fountain. I had a 40th birthday. We went to Italy, and this was the first monument or thing that I'd seen in Italy that just took my breath away. I'd never seen anything like it. So I wanted something that was going to represent that. And this little character blowing the conch is so unique. It's not anywhere else in the world. So I would know it. People would know it. When they see it, they know it's from the Trevi Fountain. And in these coins here are the coins that my wife and I threw into the fountain when we were there. And they actually say my wife's name on there and my daughter Bella. So it's a representative of our family. And then the dove escaping the thunderclouds. You know, it goes on, but it's spiritually oriented. It's time tested. And I'm not looking to just go get a tattoo. I want an extension of my life. I'll never forget any of this, ever. There's no way I could. And it's just been something that I'll never forget, man. Like I said, it's like if you want a tattoo, go over there. If you want an experience, you come here. And there's nothing more than that. My whole side's burning. I'd been in tattoo studios before. It was flash on the wall. It's the same chair. You know, it's the same deal, right? The same utility chest. People in there. You've seen a million of them. When you came here, you didn't even see tattoo stations. You saw statues and paintings.
Dude, you built a great experience, Daniel. This shit's fucking cool, man. I'm really happy for you, man. Really. It's fucking sick. And I'm obviously honored to be a part of it and being asked to come here. But this is I'm really happy for you, dude. This is cool as shit.
And we did the torso.
Yeah, you're fucking all
There were
checked
steps
out.
along the way. I mean, I got married, I had a baby. That took about 3 years off. You know, you just make it work with life. But I've never lost contact with them. We've always traded books. We've always talked about money. We've always talked about life.
What's next?
Up until about 6 months ago, I said I'd never, ever, ever let anybody on the face of this earth tattoo me. Daniel got a guy in his shop. He's lights out, and it's Mr. Nobody. So I say all that because what's next is probably a leg sleeve. I go back and forth because, again, I like the singular artist idea. It's very unique. But I also kind of relish this idea of having a collab. And the only person outside of Daniel that will ever put a tattoo on me, no offense to anybody else out there, was Mr. Nobody. I think what we're going to do next year to commemorate another milestone in my life is probably have Daniel and Nobody come out to Tahoe, and overlooking Lake Tahoe with some snow in the background, we're probably going to crank out the leg sleeve in the living room. At least that's my fantasy. We'll see what Daniel says about it. But it's a long-winded way of saying what's next is the leg sleeve, and it's probably going to be a collab with Nobody and Daniel.